years ago. But there's no way in the world this club, if it stays healthy, will not be in the NCAA tournament.
Flynn skips it into the corner. Devendorf misses the three. Offensive rebound on Owaku. Boy, Owaku has gotten so much better from a couple of years ago. Missed a year with an injury, sat out a year. But he has just gotten better and better by leaps and bounds. And now Aldridge will get called for the foul.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't think they utilize him enough. I don't think the ball goes to the post enough. I think they get more inside-outside action if they take advantage of the skills of Owaku down in that low post.
And Dick, it was the foul on the guy down below, Morningstar, not Aldridge up top. So Morningstar picks up the foul. Paul Harris goes to the line.
You know, you think about the Big 12 as we look, for example, at Kansas, Oklahoma, everybody's raving about them, and they certainly got a great player. Blake Griffin, I think, is going to challenge this year for National Player of the Year honors. But then you talk about after that, you got Texas, and then there's a bunch of clubs all going to be in the middle. I think Missouri, for example, is going to be a lot better than people believe. Had the win over Southern Cal the other day. They have to learn to defend a lot better. They're going to be a little bit more consistent guarding people.
Syracuse has played almost the entire game in a 2-3 zone. Actually started the game, the first two possessions man-to-man. They force another turnover, and Flynn will have his second slam of the night.
Yes, look at that jam. Also, you think about the Big 12. Baylor should have a real strong year this year. Curtis Gerald's back. They got in the NCAA tournament last year. But I think after that, you got everybody in the mix, including Patrick Knight's Texas Tech club.
Kansas will take a timeout. Syracuse is making a run. Johnny Flynn brings the Orange back within 6. What a thrilling moment for Kansas Jayhawk fans. The National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame right here in Kansas City. And the National Championship trophy on display. Beautiful ring for the Jayhawks as they win their first national championship since 1988. Of course, when Danny and the Miracles won it. An equally deserving team in 2008. Let's look at how recent national champions have fared. Of course, Florida had everybody back after the first year. They went on to win their second straight national championship. But it's a much different story for Kansas.
Well, you know, you lose 6 guys, and 4 of them are in the NBA. 2 are playing, well, one is playing in Europe, one's playing in a developmental league. So you lose 6 quality players. And then you become everybody in their bulletin board. They're coming after you. And it's so difficult to repeat. I mean, unless you're going to return people like Florida did. And I gave a salute to those kids, Noah and Horford and Brewer. They turned down lots of cash because they wanted to be student athletes and they wanted to enjoy the college experience and the challenge of going back-to-back. And they absolutely performed it. Very difficult to do. But Bill Self is excited about this team, and he should be, because they got terrific potential. It's a new bunch of kids. They're going to win their share of games. I mean, it'll be tough for them to be competing, I think, when you talk national championship, but they're going to be an NCAA basketball team.
Coach Self said that coming into this tournament, as they played Washington and now Syracuse, he didn't want to focus so much on winning. He wanted to treat it early as a learning experience, just for his players to understand where they were and what they needed to work on. Pretty good learning experience so far, the way that they're playing.
I'll tell you one thing he's adopted too, the Jim Boeheim philosophy of life and scheduling with a young team. They don't leave the state, baby, basically this area, till December 23rd when they go out to Arizona.
Number 21,
Owaku of Syracuse picks up his third. They displeased Jim Boeheim over on the Syracuse bench.
Yeah, he's smiling. That's not a smile of happiness, I'll tell you that.
10-point lead for Kansas.
They seem to be in control.
Yeah,
not only up 10, it seems to be in control. The tempo, the pace of the game.
Green with a three.
See, that's what I talked about, utilizing the post. You bring the ball into the post, you bring it to the offside, and you get an open look.
2 years ago, Tyrell Reed, Mr. Basketball in the state of Kansas, had some ankle injuries last year, hardly played. But like Morningstar, guys who weren't really a factor, they have become big factors this year.
See, when the ball goes into the post, Dan, so many good things happen if you got a guy. See, right here, the ball is going to go into the post, and then he's going to look opposite, and you're going to get a wide-open three.
Brady Morningstar, the foul, his third for Kansas.
I mean, I can make that three. You saw me shoot. Hey, Charles Barkley fouled me.
15 feet it in.
Wait, Barkley fouled me. You know how many calls they ran that on SportsCenter? Yeah. I got more calls saying you were fouled, and they didn't call the foul.
It's a reputation thing. He's earned it. He's earned it.
I guess he's all pro.
Foul on Aldridge, his first. Nowhere to go for Devendorf. Nice pass to Owaku.
Owaku slides right down the gun of the defense. Devendorf with the good vision.
Eric Devendorf can be a scorer, a distributor. You can see what Syracuse was missing without him for most of last year.
See, the one thing Kansas is doing really well is keeping Syracuse in any kind of spurt. Came out of the zone, now to play a man-to-man. Good decision, I think, by Jim Boeheim.
A look inside Aldrich. No double team, one-on-one.